This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
It's Oh Behave with Arden Moore, the show that teaches you how to have harmony in the household with your pets. Join Arden as she travels coast to coast to help millions better understand why cats and dogs do what they do. Get the latest scoop on famous faces, their perfectly pampered pets, and who's walking who in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails. Garner great pet tips and have a doggone fur-flying fun time. So get ready for the pause and applause as we unleash your Oh Behave host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Now, our special guest today, he fills his days helping dogs, cats, other companion animals in so many ways. Let's just check off some. He's a veterinarian, check. He owns his veterinary hospital, check. He authors children's books, check. And he's about to expand with the opening of a Central Bark doggy daycare center. Oh, can't forget, he is happily married and the proud papa of 4 kids. Oh my gosh, make that a big old bow wow. Please join me in welcoming to our show the remarkable Dr. Mondrian Contreras, which is a mouthful. Dr. C, welcome to the show.
Arden, thank you so much for having me. I honestly really appreciate it, and I'm just obviously honored to be on your show. I mean, I really appreciate it.
Well, you're a good man. You're doing good things, and hey, pet pals, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to find out something else about this amazing veterinarian because he has the perfect middle name that describes him to a T, or content maybe an R. So we're going to find out what that is all about after we take this break. So sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a pause. 4 furry ones, actually. Sit and stay. Oh Behave will be right back.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There is no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms, and our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, Odyssey, TuneIn, Stitcher, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com. Oh Behave is back with more tail-wagging ways to achieve harmony in the household with your pets. Now back to your fetching host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. I have a new favorite veterinarian in the house, and he is Dr. Mondrian Contreras. He owns and operates the Carroll Stream Animal Hospital that's in the Chicagoland area. And he just added the doggy daycare franchise Central Bark, his offerings for his pet clients. He has written several children's books, including one that we're going to dive into. It is called, I love this, Bubba's Bad Breath. The VetBros take on dental care. And for anybody watching, maybe on YouTube, show your book, man. You got it?
Absolutely. I got it right here. Yeah,
Be a Vanna White. Be a Vanna White. All right.
There we go. All right.
All right. He is also a very big giver. He founded VetBros. It's an education charitable fund. And somehow he also is a veterinary expert for Pumpkin Pet Insurance. And you have a full house at home. When is the last time, Dr. Contreras, you've ever had 8 hours uninterrupted sleep? Go.
I don't think that happens, especially my little girl still jumps in her bed almost every other night.
All right. Well, So I teased everybody, but I love that you have a lot of vowels in your name, and it's a very beautiful, your first and last name.
Yeah.
But it's time to let the cat or the name out of the bag. What is your middle name?
My mom, just so we know, was a huge art major. She was a jewelry maker, and so she was a big artist. And so one of her favorite periods was the Renaissance. And so when she had me, Renaissance is my middle name, and so that's where I get my creativity from.
And I actually think you are a true Renaissance man, because when you went to school, you were on a football scholarship at University of Illinois, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
You were Fighting Illini. That is my mom and dad's alum. They're up in heaven now doing the fight song. Yeah. What was your position?
I was actually a linebacker, and so I was a little bit undersized, but I was fast. I was faster, and so I had a lot of fun. Was very, very blessed to play 4 years there, and just honestly, I had met my wife there, and so it was just the most amazing time, and I absolutely love it. And so I love taking my kids.
So, are you better than all the Watt brothers put together?
No, I'm better than one of their toes, I think.
But being a linebacker, you're kind of the general of defense. Sorry, I'm an ex-sports writer.
I am.
You? Yeah. So were you middle linebacker, outside? What were you?
It's the best position on the field. It's the best position by far on the field, linebacker. So, I'm not biased or anything, but it's the best. You got to be the fastest. You got to be able to catch. You got to be able to run. You got to do everything. So that's what I love. And you got to call the defense. And you have to know where everybody is on the field. Absolutely.
Yeah. You're watching that quarterback, and he could be trying to bluff you at something, right?
Oh, yeah. So it was good. We had a lot of fun.
So there's that aspect of you. And to make you a Renaissance man, though, what was your major in at the University of Illinois?
It was actually art history. I was an art history major in college, and so just so we know, I did have a little bit of a difficulty growing up. I grew up in New Mexico. My mom did pass away when I was very, very young, and so it kind of moved from I lived with my guardians for a little while, home to home, and then I was emancipated when I was young, so like basically a foster child. So I had a hard time in high school and in those years, in middle school and everything like that, and so I didn't do great initially in school. But it wasn't that I wasn't brilliant, because I'm very brilliant. It's just I had a harder.
I can see that.
I had a hard time. So when I was blessed to have a football scholarship at the University of Illinois, I was able to. It was great because I was able to tutor for all my classes. I was able to really learn how to learn. All right, and so that's one of the blessing things. I did break my neck playing football, so that kind of ended the whole football career. But it was one of the greatest blessings ever, in the sense that it really focused me on my education. I really was able to just get the most amazing education. My coaches steered me away from being a veterinarian, because in high school I actually worked at a veterinary hospital, and it was nice. And that's I found my love. And so I originally went to University of Illinois to go in to be a vet. But they thought they wanted me to stay eligible, so they steered me away from that. But again, I found my way. I got a great education.
But getting into vet school is not easy. You went to one of the very best, University of Florida.
Oh, the best.
One of the best, says Arden, who graduated from Purdue University. I'm not taking on a linebacker.
I just want to say, though, as a Purdue, just so you know, as a Purdue fan, me and Drew Brees were actually on the same recruiting visit to Purdue.
Oh, the former quarterback of the New Orleans Saints.
That's right. We were on the same recruiting visit. So we have that Purdue connection. Okay.
All right. So, all right. So, but getting into vet school, it is very difficult. And you went to, again, one of the best veterinary schools.
Yes. So, yes, I was very unbelievably, again, my life has been an unbelievable blessing by being able to go to the University of Florida for vet school. Yeah. And so I'm going to really two top schools. And so when I got into the University of Florida, I had just been the 2 years prior, recently married to my wife, and my wife basically was saying, we're not waiting anymore. We're having children. And so we actually had two boys in vet school. We had twins in vet school.
You had twins,
my sophomore year in vet school. Twins. All
right. Well, we got a shout out to the family. So your wife is named
Bridget.
Okay, good.
Bridget.
You get to come home tonight. Yes, good. And the twin boys?
Thomas and Matisse.
And then you added two more children, right?
Yes, I had the two, Aurelia and Khalil.
Beautiful names. And so what is the biggest kick you get out of being a veterinarian? What do you really just get your day going?
Honestly, it's a lot of things. And it's that every day is very unexpected. All right. And so,
Okay.
again, today we had just a schedule of appointments. I gave myself an hour buffer before our interview, but right. But an hour before, 5 minutes before my last appointment when I was supposed to be done, 5 minutes. What did we have? We had an emergency laceration repair,
What dog, cat? How are they doing?
It was a dog that came in for this laceration repair. And so, again, it's one of those things where, we were able to treat medically. The dog's going to do just fine. But it's one of those things where every day you do not know what's going to happen. And so I think that's one of the great things that I love about my job, because there's so many great things I get to do. I get to help pets. I get to help pet owners. And I love educating. I love learning about my clients. I love how much they care about their pets. And these are things that they just don't know. So I love educating them on things and teaching them.
I love that. And especially with your background where you had a tough childhood. I didn't realize that. And you could have had a pity party. You didn't have a pity party. You looked and said, I'm going forward, right?
Absolutely. That's one of the blessings about playing something like football. I had a lot of coaches who never let me feel sorry for myself. And that's
good.
And the just competition, but also wanting to help your brother next to you. And so I always think of them as family, and I think of every one of my clients basically as family. And so I want them to basically have the absolute best for their pet. And I want to always make sure our appointments at our hospital are a little bit longer, mainly because we want to spend a little bit more time with our clients. And
so Carroll Stream Animal Hospital. Is there some lady that was named Carroll, or do you have a river named Carroll?
No, that's the name of the city that we're in. So Carroll Stream. Oh yeah. And so Western Suburbs. No, that's fine.
Okay.
So
all right. I didn't know. I grew up near Chicago in Crown Point, Indiana, but I had never heard of Carroll Stream.
Oh yeah. It's great. It's a great pet loving, amazing community that I'm in, and very extremely blessed to be able to be a part of it.
So we have a few minutes before we're going to take our first break. You just did something. You added more work to your life. Tell us about what is going on with what is Central Bark. I do know what it is, but you get to tell us. And why is that going to help the folks that are going to your Carroll Stream Animal Hospital?
So we saw just an unbelievable spike in dogs that were just really not being well socialized, dogs that have just been extremely fearful. And so there is a huge behavioral kind of component to these fearful dogs that we really need help. And so,
thank you, COVID, right?
Exactly. And so we saw a huge need. It's not just a regular doggy daycare. And I think everybody thinks they're all the same. They are absolutely not. What we are trying to teach here is basically good canine citizenship. Okay. We are really trying to help our pets be well socialized. We want them to be able to interact well. And so we're going to have different avenues for different pet owners at our facility in order to help these dogs who might be a little bit fearful, might be a little bit scared. We're going to be able to hopefully help as many of these pets as we can be well socialized, so that, again, they don't have to be, always be at home. They don't have to be so reactive to everything that they see. So they, if we understand that these are very social creatures, okay, that they don't, but we have to do it in a proper manner.
Is it next to you? Did you expand your hospital? Where is it?
It is. It's literally right next. So I typically just walk.
Yeah.
I literally walk right next door every single day. Make sure everything is running smoothly, making sure everybody's learning how to behaviorally assess every single patient, and then making sure that they're putting these pets together in groups that they work well with and fit well with,
like play groups and things like that.
Exactly. Yeah, and so we have certain things that a lot of owners aren't aware of, and so things like needing to be at the facility. If they want to be a part of the doggy daycare, they actually need to be here at least once a week, and that's really because when dogs go to a situation where they're unfamiliar with it, where they are, again, not really aware of their surroundings, sometimes they can be actually very anxious and nervous the first time. But if they come consistently and they're able to be exposed to the same people consistently, they can definitely warm up to them. So we can teach them how to be more calm in certain situations. We can teach them that, hey, these certain pets that they are, can be more relaxed with. Hey, these are things that we can teach them so that they can be much, much better socialized, be able to be calm and create and make sure again that so when they go home too, they have good mental stimulation. So all these things are things that we teach, we promote.
Tired dog's a happy dog, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But not an overtired dog. And that's the big thing. Okay. And so good. Because that's very, very important because rest is very important for dogs as well. So we teach basically how to balance that perfectly.
I like that. Hey, we're talking with Dr. Contreras. He is the owner and top veterinarian at Carroll Stream Animal Hospital. And we're going to dive in with his love of kids and children's books and why we all need to be down in the mouth, especially in the month of February, which is National Dental Health Pet Month or whatever the fancy title is. He's going to help us. So everybody sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a walk on the red carpet, of course. All Behave will be back in a flash right after these messages.
Hey, Pet Pals, Arden Moore here from the Old Behave Show, talking to you about a great company called Natural Farm. They make all natural dog chews and bones. Yum, yum for the dogs. They are single ingredients. They're very nice to the environment, and they support a lot of animal welfare groups. Check them out for your dogs. They're bully sticks, gullet sticks, collagen sticks, in peanut butter, chicken, and other flavors. You get to choose what chew for your dog. Go to naturalfarmpet.com. Pause up.
Use promo code BEHAVE15 for 15% off store-wide.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, this is Amy Schumer. You're listening to Arden Moore on Pet Life Radio, where they keep it real and make everyone feel like their pet.
We're back from the lot. Just checked the paper and we had a record showing at the box. The letterbox, that is. Now back to Oh Behave. Here's Arden.
Welcome back to the Old Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I love this guy. Dr. Contreras, you're a happily married man. I love you in your professional sense. But I look around and people don't like doggy breath in a dog or a cat. And I just don't think we should be poo-pooing it and dismissing it and making jokes about it because, to me, a stinky breath is a cry for help, right?
Absolutely. And just so you know, I love you back, Arden. Don't worry. I'm very happy.
And I'm happily married too, so we're all good. Okay.
So one of the things why I created the VetBros Pet Education Charitable Fund, and the reason why...
Slow down on that. I want them to hear that name. VetBros. VETBROS. Love that.
That's right. The reason why I created this nonprofit and the reason why we're creating these children's books is we want to make sure people understand just how simple things can be and things aren't so foreign. Example is brushing dogs' teeth. My mission is going to be, all right, to go into an exam room and talk to owners about brushing their teeth. And I'm going to get an owner that's going to be like, hey, you know what? I'm already brushing. All right. And it's not going to be foreign because every time I talk about brushing a dog's teeth or a cat's mouth or anything, it is so foreign. And then when I tell them it needs to be done daily, oh my goodness. I mean, their eyes are like, what?
We brush our own teeth.
We do it every day, hopefully at least twice a day, and it's and it's so funny where one of the studies that they did was actually on beagles, on how for a human study, they actually did it on beagles to know how often we need to brush our teeth. And so it takes 24 hours for dental calculus to start forming. That is the reason why we need to brush daily. So we want to make sure, again, I'm going to drive this home and again, I'm teaching the younger generation so that they know that this is not going to be foreign. This is going to be this next generation is going to be the most educated, most pet love. Their pets are going to live forever because they're going to be brushing teeth and it's not going to be foreign.
It's Bubba's Bad Breath. The VetBros take on dental care. What's 3 tips you can share to people of all ages from your book? I love Bubba's name. That's a good name.
Oh, and the Bubba's a sweet dog in this book too. Okay, so I'll try to narrow it down to 3. But the biggest thing is just the introducing of the toothbrush to dogs. Again, we want to do it regularly, but we want to do it in a way that, again, it's not creating, an adverse event for the pet. So you just want to offer the doggy toothpaste and the doggy toothbrush as a treat. Just have them lick it off.
Because usually the toothpaste is what flavored, like
exactly.
Beef or chicken.
Yes, exactly. Human toothpaste isn't meant to be swallowed, so that's the reason why we want to make sure we use doggy.
Dogs don't spit.
Yeah. The other thing is we want to make sure is that it actually does need to be done daily. So the first step is making sure, right? We just want to make sure it's a great experience. Get that toothbrush association with the dog as a great event first, where they're running to you every time they see it. The second
and they do make those finger brushes.
Absolutely.
You can go from the back, work your way in. My dog Kona likes those.
Works just as well. And then we want to do it regularly. We do need to do it daily. Again, it takes 24 hours for dental calculus to start forming. So that's the reason why it's recommended daily. Okay. The last thing is that a minimum of once a year, a dog needs to have their mouth examined, a minimum of once a year. The main reason is, and I wish I have all these fun pictures on our social media page and everything.
Well, what is your media? What is your link? Tell us right now.
Carol Stream Animal Hospital. You can look us up on Facebook. And so, and we have so much fun. And so, and right now with the dental thing, we love showing dental pictures, and we take pictures of dogs and you look at their teeth and they look totally
Before
normal.
and after kind of.
Exactly. Yeah, so, good. And we can see some of them look totally normal, but when you take an x-ray of them, they have a completely resorbed mouth, a lesion. And that's why they're like, they are acting a little bit funny when you're touching it, and you never even know it.
Pain. Yeah.
Exactly. So we want to make sure that those mouths are examined once a year, and very minimum by a veterinarian.
Yes. And I think that's why all of us, no matter what age our pets are, we do need to do at least an annual visit exam where you're looking at top to bottom, ears to tail. Now, the breath, I'm just going to get into a stinky situation. What if I smell really bad breath in my dog Kona or my cat Casey? What's going on that could be in the mouth, but also what could be going on that could be in the body that makes that
excellent. I love it.
Breath.
So we want to make sure, Arden, what you're hitting on is one of the most important things, honestly, is because that's the first sign, really, that we have severe periodontal disease, and it is a disease. And so, again, when you think about dogs with dental calculus, which is bacteria in the mouth, which is basically causing our gums to recede. They're causing those gums, you'll see them very red and inflamed. Yeah. And a lot of times we're seeing, because that bacteria, basically, again, it's that smell. It's the ammonia-producing bacteria. That's the smell. When they're constantly swallowing it. It does. It absolutely does. Okay.
I just got to say, it smells worse than dog poop. Yeah. Okay.
And again, when they're constantly swallowing that, we got to think about what's that doing. And in humans, we absolutely see with humans with dental disease like this, we see heart disease. There is an absolute link that we know that. Okay. But in our dogs and our cats, we do see the similar, absolutely heart disease, but we also see liver and kidney issues. All right. And because, again, it is severe and it is a state, what they call a state of chronic inflammation. All right. And so, again, this is something that definitely needs to be taken care of. And again, this is one of the huge reasons why dogs are doing so well for so long. It's because we're seeing more people really take advantage of being able to clean their dog's mouth.
Oh, man. So February is Dental Health Awareness Month or whatever, but it really should be done every day. 365, 100%. Right?
100%.
So do you have any current dogs or cats in the Contreras home?
Yes, we do. We have my doggy Leia. All right. So she is a dog. And one thing we want to press upon with our children, right, is that they need to take care of these pets as well. We have these pets. We want our children. So I have my kids on a schedule. Again, the older ones, Thomas and Matisse, they're brushing our dog's teeth, Monday through Friday. Okay. My little girl, Aurelia, she brushes on the weekend. She's unbelievable. She's the best one who mentioned. She is 6. And
wow.
So, yeah, she is unbelievable. And so she's great. And so, but we want to get our kids involved in taking care of our pets. And this is one of the really great things to be able to show them, because, again, it's something that they can do. It's a great bonding experience, and it's a great way to show them how well we can take care of our pets and letting them know that this is, this is life. This is something that we can really take care of.
What kind of dog is Leia?
She is a mutt of we did the DNA test, and she was 15 different things. And so shepherd.
She's what they call a canine cocktail. That's what Dr. Marty Becker calls it. When you don't know what they are, you just call them a canine cocktail, right?
Even when you get the DNA test back, you're like, what? Really? You know, like a Burmese? I'm like, I'm not sure about it.
How big is she?
She's tiny. She's only 47 pounds, I think it is.
47? That's good. I'm looking at my dog's 35 and I have an 8-pounder. Emma, my last dog was 95 pounds, Bujo. So it is, you got to pick up Emma. You're like, whoa! Just kidding. So what about VetBros? Can you tell us how this charitable group works and how maybe people can get involved?
Absolutely. So we are the VetBros Pet Education Charitable Fund, and you can go to vetbrospetEducation.org. We actually just got our website all fixed and changed over. Okay, so we still have some things that we're transitioning through because we just threw it over to a new website, which has been great. But we are a 501c3, and our mission really is to help save as many pet lives as we can. And so we do that through education, and we do that through financial assistance, and we do that through some of our environmental initiatives. Where we collaborate with partners like Green to Gold and things like that. So to really help promote the whole well-being of our pets. And so the education component of it, and that's where my children's books came into play.
So how many children books do you have now that you've written?
I have 3,
okay.
2 of the VetBros series. but we have a bunch in the pipeline that we're creating. Absolutely. And so we're very excited because we really want to, the goal with the books have always been that we want to make sure that we are making certain topics in veterinary medicine that may be foreign to people, not foreign anymore.
Can you give me an example? We talked about dental care, which is great, but what's another one?
Absolutely. Another one is just pet obesity. All right. And so, because one of the things that we want to make sure owners understand is that, dogs and cats that are overweight, again, the things that causes, the things to look out for when we see it and what they can do to help. And these things are really simple. I know we try to make things extremely difficult many times when we talk to owners about the whole pathophysiology of what happens when they're overweight, and it goes over head, but they don't need to know that. Let's just teach them.
You don't want a hairy ottoman, right?
No, we don't. And there's a lot of times, again, simple, complex things I understand can be broken down really simple. And I feel like if I can explain this to, again, an elementary school child, then I know adults will be able to take it home. And so if I can't explain it to a child, then again, I don't know it well enough. And so as a veterinarian, my goal is to make sure that we can really break down complicated subjects, make them, and again, it's not dumbing it down, but it's being able to explain things practical. In a way. Yeah, absolutely. Being practical, exactly. In a way that is simplistic, in a way also it can be fun. I mean, again, to have more time with our pets, I think that's what everybody wants. More quality time. And these are the things that they can do that are really simple that I want children to understand. So our next generation really knows what to look for in a pet or a dog that's overweight. And again, to understand that doggy breath is actually a disease. It is not something that's normal. It's not normal. And I want people to understand that is not normal. And so these are some things that are simple to take home that I really want people, because we're going to treat this next generation and they're going to be the best pet owners in the world.
I love your spirit. I love your cadence. You probably haven't even had a cup of coffee yet. You're on natural caffeine, I think, really. But you're putting the capital L in life. And that's what we need, more people like you, Dr. Contreras. I really believe that.
Well,
I mean, how did you come up with VetBros? Where did that come?
I love you asked that. So just so you know, like I said, my children were born, my 2 boys were born in vet school, my sophomore year, one of the hardest years. And so they grew up literally with me the day they were born. I had to study for a cardiology test that was going to be they were born on a Tuesday, had a cardiology test on Friday. And so, and again, so they were born with a book in their hands and me teaching them, reading to them. Okay, day one. And so when they got older, they wanted to get money. And so I'm like, well, you're not going to get money for chores because those are part of the house. So we ended up making a series. We ended up making an educational series where my kids were teaching people about dental health, about obesity, about pet insurance. Yeah. So I made a series. They now? So they're actually in high school now. And cool. But we have been making videos when they were in, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. So yeah. And so that's where the name VetBros came in, because Thomas Matisse brothers, and they were the honorary members of 2010 at my vet school. And so they are honorary veterinarians. And so, and they're really, their love for really wanting to teach others. Honestly, that's where the VetBros name comes from. And that's where the nonprofit, and that's where these book series, things like that come from. Honestly, it's their love of wanting to teach people.
Any of your kids thinking about wanting to be a veterinarian?
I think my little girl will be. All right. My 3 boys, I'm not sure. They love animals, but then they want to do like engineering. They want to be possibly a musician. So they are kind of figuring things out. I'm very extremely happy because they are honestly really super brilliant children. They get that from their mom, but they're unbelievably brilliant.
No, they got good gene pool from both of you.
So
I'm just so happy that you had the time without a laceration in exam room 2 to be on the show today. And everybody, please check out. He is a fast rising veterinarian. I want you to check out. He is Dr. Mondrian Contreras. It's Contreras. A lot of vowels there, Vanna. And he owns the Carroll Stream Animal Hospital in the Chicagoland area. But we've already talked about the VetBros. He's got children's books. So any of you out there that may be teachers or working at shelters and you're looking for something to help the kids, think about getting your paws on some of those books that our guest today has written. I thank you so much for being on the show. You survived.
I appreciate it. It's been an honor to be on your show. You're just an exceptional, again, podcaster. Everything that you do, honestly, for our industry, I'm very, very thankful for. And I appreciate you asking me to be on the show. It means a lot. I appreciate it.
Well, anybody who's a linebacker has my respect, and that's for sure. And at this time, I want to give a shout out to my producer, Mark Winter. He is the surgeon of sound. He's the executive producer of Pet Life Radio. We are the longest running pet radio network on the planet, like zillions of people. Do me a favor, sign up for my YouTube channel. It's easy. Arden Moore. The Good Doctor has already done that. Check out all the shows on Pet Life Radio. And until next time, this is your flea-free host, Arden Moore, delivering just 2 words to all you 2, 3, and 4-leggers out there. Oh, behave.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.